Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, is a shocking one. SpiceJet staff was brutally assaulted in Srinagar last week after an argument over excess baggage. As per sources, following standard operating procedure, the passenger will not be allowed to fly via SpiceJet for a month. An internal inquiry has been set up. SpiceJet is expected to take this up with the DGCA as well, seeking more punitive measures against the passenger. A passenger grievously assaulted four SpiceJet employees, remember, at the boarding gate of flight SG386 from Srinagar to Delhi on the 26th of July. Let me also go across to my colleagues Sabyasachi and Arunil, as well as Sahil, who is joining us with more on this. First to you, Sahil, can I get more understanding of what exactly SpiceJet is saying? This is a shocking incident. And the kind of description that they have given as far as their employees are concerned, it seems extremely concerning that a passenger resorted to such assault.
Well, first of all, this incident dates back to 26th of July last month at around 6 p.m. The Indian Army official was basically bound to fly from Srinagar to Delhi, and there in fact while checking in at Srinagar airport, there was issue with the baggage weight. The airline, basically the SpiceJet, claiming that due to excess in fact weight baggage of weight, the passenger basically was asked to pay, but he refused and in fact resorted to violence, and four staffers have suffered injuries in that violence. But in fact videos have come out now showing the moments when this all scuffle was taking place. But at the same time, the staff in fact deployed on Srinagar airport, particularly CISF, which takes care of Srinagar airport, came in, they intervened and in fact brought the situation to the normal. But what we are picking up from the sources is now that the SpiceJet has filed a written complaint with police, and that's under investigation. All circumstances are under investigation. The CCTV footage has been in fact procured, and that's being analyzed. At the same time, the army official who is posted in Kashmir has also filed a counter application with police, and that application, we are being told by the police sources, is also under the investigation. So as of now, one of the in fact SpiceJet staffer has suffered critical injury. He is in fact in hospital. He's availing this treatment since 26th July itself, and at the moment the SpiceJet basically has come out with a detailed statement, in fact describing and giving a complete description of the incident. But the police is investigating, and in fact all sides of the story are being analyzed completely. As I said, CCTV footage of the incident is being analyzed by the Jammu and Kashmir.
While CCTV is being analyzed, Sahil, let me also understand from you, Sabyasachi, the fact that SpiceJet has now given out a detailed statement. It is also planning to go to the DGCA. It's written to the Ministry of Civil Aviation as well, citing how this particular passenger was violating aviation security protocol. Really goes on to reflect their version of what exactly has happened. What more details do you have as far as the probe into this is concerned? Obviously, now the government will get involved in this rather serious incident that took place.
Well, that's right. Since the incident involves an army official, now the SpiceJet, the authority, they have registered an FIR in this case. They have written an official complaint to the local police, and it has been turned into an FIR. Now, the SpiceJet has also written a complaint to the DGCA as well as the Ministry of Civil Aviation here in the national capital, and they have also accessed all the CCTV footages from the airport authority in Jammu, and they have handed over to the Jammu police as well. Now the SpiceJet authority, as per the sources, says that it is up to the Ministry of Civil Aviation now to further take up this matter. So we are awaiting a response as far as the Indian Army is concerned, since it's involved an army personnel, but the SpiceJet authority says that they have handed over all the evidences that they have collected in this regard, and they have given the complaint to the respective authorities, that is the Ministry of Civil Aviation as well as the DGCA, and both of them have taken a cognizance of this matter.
All right, let's also get our viewers this breaking news that is coming in at the moment as far as this shocking incident is concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, an FIR has been registered with the local police and the airline has initiated the process to place the passenger on the no-fly list. In accordance with civil aviation regulations, SpiceJet has written to the Ministry of Civil Aviation, as we told you, appraising them about the murderous assault on its staff and has requested appropriate action against the passenger as well. My colleague Pratibha has more on this. Pratibha, over to you.
So Shreya, we saw the bone-chilling video that captures the entire assault that took place. This is a detailed statement, the official statement that has come in from SpiceJet that details what exactly happened. And let's take our viewers through it. It says a passenger grievously assaulted 4 SpiceJet employees at the boarding gate of flight SG386 from Srinagar to Delhi on the 26th of July. Our staff members suffered a spinal fracture and serious jaw injuries after being attacked with punches, repeated kicks and a cue stand. So it shows you the extent of the attack that had taken place. One SpiceJet employee collapsed unconscious on the floor, but the passenger continued kicking and hitting the fainted employee. Another staff member suffered bleeding from the nose and mouth after receiving a forceful kick to the jaw while bending down to assist the colleague who had fainted. The injured employees were rushed to the hospital and remain under treatment for the grievous injuries sustained. Then it goes on to give the details of why exactly this altercation led to this brutal assault. It says the passenger was carrying 2 pieces of cabin baggage weighing a total of 16 kgs, more than double the permitted limit of 7 kg. When politely informed of the excess baggage and asked to pay the applicable charges, the passenger refused and forcefully entered the aero bridge without completing the boarding process, a clear violation of the aviation security protocols. He was escorted back to the gate by a CISF official. At the gate, the passenger grew increasingly aggressive and physically assaulted 4 members of the SpiceJet ground staff. Now to talk about what next, what is the action that is being taken? An FIR has been registered with the local police and the airline has initiated the process to place the passenger on no-fly list in accordance with the civil aviation regulations. SpiceJet has written to the Ministry of Civil Aviation appraising them about the murderous assault on the staff and has requested appropriate action against the passenger. So the CCTV footage also being handed over to the police officials for the investigations.
Right, Pratibha, thanks very much for getting us in detail what SpiceJet has said. Viewers, we have been getting you more and more details that are still trickling in as far as this shocking incident is concerned. This is still under probe. CCTV is still being analyzed. Aranil, as far as SpiceJet is concerned, they have made it clear the reasons that led to this kind of an assault on its employees. But interestingly, the man in question who is being accused of this assault, the army officer, has also filed a counter complaint. Do we have any more details of what his complaint is all about?
Well, the statement or what basically this army person wants to say about this whole incident will also be extremely significant here. Yes, we are putting out details of what SpiceJet's version is. What the DGCA decides, what the Civil Aviation Ministry decides, will again be extremely paramount. The last part of SpiceJet's statement is also very significant. It is saying that it strongly condemns any kind of violence against its employees and will pursue this matter to its fullest legal and regulatory conclusion. Legal and regulatory conclusion, whether SpiceJet will be approaching the army as well, considering he was an army officer, whether punitive measures will be sought from the army with respect to this, because this incident took place on July 26, that is last week. It was a Srinagar to Delhi flight. Before boarding at the Srinagar airport, this incident basically unfolded. The passenger was carrying luggage of 16 kg. He was allowed 7 kg. Argument broke out, and the kind of visuals that are coming in are extremely horrific. You can see an employee being stretchered inside the airport, immediately being rushed to the hospital. SpiceJet is saying that there were broken jaws, there were fractured spinal injuries as well that the staffers basically suffered. One fell unconscious as well. This kind of manhandling is completely not acceptable. We have seen such kind of unruly behavior by passengers, recently being the Indigo incident, wherein the passenger was put in no-flyers list. Here, SpiceJet has moved to more punitive measures against this concerned army personnel, basically their passenger. communicating it to the DGC as well as Civil Aviation Ministry, asking
Right.
for a complete flight ban on this concerned passenger. Basically saying that no airline should allow this passenger to fly.
Right. So, what we have been telling you, viewers, is all the kind of information that is coming out as far as this shocking incident is confirmed. And as we told you, the development in this entire case is now that police sources are saying that this particular Army officer has also filed a counter complaint against the SpiceJet staffers. Both these complaints are under investigation, and CCTV footage is being analyzed to understand what exactly had happened and who was at fault here. SpiceJet has taken out and released its detailed statement as to what exactly happened and how 4 of its employees have been grievously injured. We've, of course, gotten this information as well that the Army officer, who is the man in the center of it all, whom SpiceJet is accusing of this assault, has also filed a complaint against these 4 employees. Arunil, we were talking about it, of how there has been a counter complaint that has been filed, and now how the probe further moves ahead. Will be interesting to see what really comes out of this particular CCTV footage that is being analyzed.
Well, certainly yes. Shreya, one point of discussion over here is to the extent of manhandling this army officer has done, beating somebody to such kind of an extent that they have to be hospitalized, spinal fracture, jaw injuries. It is completely not acceptable. Now, with respect to the counter complaint that the army officer has filed, it is important to know what exactly transpired when the argument broke out between him and the 4 ground staff members. Was there any kind of untoward behavior or an irresponsible behavior from the ground staff members also? That also needs to be verified. We are not saying that this has happened. Till now, the army officer looks at fault. SpiceJet has completely backed its employees, saying that they are going to go to any kind of length legally to punish this alleged violent army officer who allegedly beat up their staff members. Now,
Right.
how the cops pursue their investigation in this case, what the DGCA and Civil Aviation Ministry will also decide in their internal inquiry, that we will be keeping a close eye on.
Right. Arunil Sabyasachi as well as Sahil, thanks very much for joining us at the moment, getting us those details. Viewers, we have been tracking this entire shocking incident that happened on the 26th of July, but the visuals of which are now going viral. This happened at the Srinagar airport, where this assault video is now circulating on social media. SpiceJet has released a very detailed statement on what exactly has happened. This is a case of aviation security protocol being violated by this particular man who happens to be an army officer. He is being accused of this, assault and grievously injuring 4 of the SpiceJet employees in this incident. Meanwhile, the accused has also filed a counter complaint. We'll have to see, of course, how this probe moves forward. We will keep getting you more details of this. Right now, it's time for a short break. News and updates continue on the other side.